Good morning. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for being here this morning and for listening to this update on negotiations with Catholic employers towards a new enterprise agreement. The purpose of these meetings is to do just that, to update you, our members, on just where we are up to with these protracted negotiations and where the sticking points still are. We're not seeking to unnecessarily disrupt schools, to cause inconvenience, nor to score political points. If we were, we'd have asked you to stop work for much longer than a single hour. I know there are many who were seeking more decisive action, who wanted a much longer stoppage today to show their anger and to show their frustration. To them I ask for their patience. We've come a long way, but there's further to go yet. This union has never been afraid of a contrary opinion, nor of considering objectively any proposal put to us. But that objectivity means that we will not have an agreement that rewards some and punishes others. We are not in the business of selling out our members. That's why we fought so hard against the initial proposal, which attacked support and operational staff, and why we're taking a strong stand in respect of staff in early learning centres. Employers have told you that we're making progress. Yes, there is progress, but progress only from the abomination they proposed on April the 7th. That proposal was a merciless attack on support staff and stripped back almost every condition in the teachers' agreement. It sought to remove all that we had won, to undo all that we had done. It started more than a conversation. The vocal and vehement opposition from members have forced them to withdraw from many of the nastiest aspects of that proposal, but there is still much in dispute. In short, teachers still don't have the conditions of their current agreement. Almost everything from our 2013 claim has been rejected. For support and operational staff, the outstanding issues are mostly technical. But it's these procedural things our members expect us to get right. The two-page update you've received outlines our major outstanding concerns. Teacher salaries. After many months and 2 face-to-face meetings in Canberra, we still have no offer in respect of teacher salaries for the ACT side of the Archdiocese. The Archdiocese continues to abrogate its responsibility in respect of salaries, claiming they're waiting for the ACT government and others to determine what you will be paid. This is not bargaining in good faith. Employers want to move to a standards-based pay structure from 2016. We don't object to that in principles. What we do object to is requiring teachers in the ACT to meet the same standards as those in New South Wales, but pay them less. A standard is a standard. It is not negotiable by postcode. A metre is a standard unit of measurement. It's not shorter in the ACT than it is in New South Wales. Sick leave. Employers want to reduce personal leave to 15 days per year and in return remove the 150-day accumulation cap. Accumulated leave would therefore become unlimited. While this could be a bonus for many workers, we want to do close modelling of the impact of this on various classes of employees. In addition, they're proposing to change the way leave is credited. They're proposing a drip feed model where staff accumulate about half a day of leave each pay period. The union has not agreed to this change. Professional development. Employers have still not withdrawn their insistence on PD being undertaken on weekends and during school holidays, and we are seeing increasing demands from some dioceses already, evidence enough of their ongoing intentions. RE accreditation. The demand for qualifications, accreditation and maintenance of that accreditation beyond what is required in government or independent schools must be matched by compensation. Catholic employers are offering no subsidy, no time release, nor remuneration in the agreement. Just do it, they say. Performance and development processes. Annual teacher performance and development processes are emerging as a condition of federal government funding. If this is to be the case, a consistent and uniform template for such processes is essential. If a template is not included as part of an enforceable industrial instrument, there is a real risk of 11 vastly different diocesan models. The current position of employers is that this be discussed individually with the 11 dioceses once the agreement is finalised. This is not acceptable. Long service leave. The right to take short blocks of long service leave that exist in the current agreement has been removed. and we have no confirmation from CCER that it will be put back. Things like this are much more than oversights or irritants. They are deliberate omissions symptomatic of studied miserableness. Workload agreements. This is a key issue and a major part of our claim. While employers have indicated that they will preserve this agreement, they have not agreed to include the key elements in the agreement for dioceses other than Canberra, Goulburn and Wollongong. If this agreement is to cover all 11 dioceses, then this is a major sticking point for everyone. Flexibility. Employers continue to argue for a flexibility clause that in many cases would simply allow them to opt out of those conditions regulated by an agreement. That is, they're prepared to have some conditions regulated as long as they have enough wriggle room not to be held to that regulation. Support and operational staff. While the employers appear to have withdrawn the proposal to substantially reduce support staff salaries, the issues around a new classification structure based on competencies remains unresolved. As to the issue of conditions applicable to non-teaching staff generally, we continue to reject proposals that may reduce minimum periods of payment for part-time and casual employees, increase the span of ordinary hours of work for support staff, and require employees to work for 2 full weeks before receiving payment for performing higher duties. On the surface, this looks like more studied miserableness. There are a raft of other outstanding issues, some quite technical, that still remain contested. Early learning centres. Staff in early learning centres who are currently covered by existing agreements are left out of this proposal. More studied miserableness. We will simply not walk away from our responsibility to ensure that either they continue to be included or we finalise a separate industrial instrument. Your decision to stop work today to listen to this is significant. Some employers set out to make it difficult for members to meet and to participate in these updates. By stopping, you are, however, continuing to send a message to your employers that you are not satisfied with the progress of negotiations. In a moment, when this broadcast is finished, we need you to do a little more. We need you to discuss the contents of the rep and member update, to vote on the motion and return it to the union. I ask also that you regularly check your email. In some cases, union emails are directed to spam folders and many might miss important communications. Our website will be kept up to date with news, so you can always check for the latest information at www.ieu.asn.au. Thank you for your time this morning.